This quest for six is killing me. I don't even like the phrase quest for six because it makes me feel like they're out in the desert, like doing bird calls, trying to get the quest for six to like come to them. Like, nah, man, you got to go seize the freaking day. And Kyle Shanahan's attitude over here is, it's, one of these years. I'll get it because he's got forever. But he's never won a championship. He's not a champion. Someone in this organization needs to lead from experience. And I can think of one guy on this organization who's a Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Famer and in a position of power.
John Lynch.
John Lynch knows what it takes. He needs to take charge, and he needs to set the tone this offseason of what's required, what the goal is. They got to get over the hump, and he's the one that has to lay down the blueprint because I think Kyle and Jed are too comfortable.
Yeah, John Lynch is the thing with John Lynch is, man, he's such a nice guy, so I don't know if he's going to
publicly.
Yeah,
He's also a champion competitor, and I bet behind closed doors he doesn't just fold.
And Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we're entering year 7, and we still have questions at quarterback, right? We don't know who's going to be the quarterback next year, and it's year 7. That is a failure, right?
It is.
And that
it is.
That's – I mean, ultimately, that at the end of the day, the teams that win the Super Bowl have 40-plus touchdown passes. They have over 4,000 yards touchdown passes. They have elite quarterbacks.
And their quarterbacks don't get hurt every 4 weeks.
Right. They're able to stay healthy. They're able to play through the games. I mean, maybe they sit out 1 or 2 games or they're nursing an injury.
Sure.
But they're healthy. They don't lose 4 quarterbacks in the same season.
Mm-hmm.
They don't lose their quarterback 5 out of the last 6 seasons. So there's something going on. And you can call it, bad luck or whatever you want. But there's a trend here. And if you have a trend for bad luck, the quarterback going down, you need to prioritize protection for your quarterback.
Thank you.
And if you're running with Trey Lance, if Trey Lance is your guy, forget about running him. Forget about running him 13 times a game. Because if Trey Lance is the quarterback next year, Brock Purdy can't play or he ends up being the guy, you have to take that off the table as an option for Trey Lance. He cannot be running 13 times a game. If you're going to do that with him, just trade him. Get your assets
Well, all I'm
back.
saying is Jalen Hurts runs a lot, but there's a difference in the way he runs and the way Trey Lance runs. I mean, I feel like with Jalen Hurts, he always has a lead blocker, whether he's going around the outside or between the tackles. Kyle, I felt like, was just running Trey Lance naked, essentially. Well, and I don't like that.
Grant, it comes down to this, man. He's not quick enough to run to the outside. That's not the kind of runner he is. He can do it on occasion, but he's not quick enough. According to Kyle Shanahan, if you run a quarterback up the middle, you're going to get him killed.
Right.
So your options are run a quarterback to the outside that's not fast enough to do it, or run through the middle and get killed. So I don't think either of those options are good. So they need to be eliminated from the plan for Trey Lance. It just frustrating.
It's on you, John. You got to show the organization what to do. Kyle doesn't know. I'm not sure. I was sitting next to a Niner fan on the flight home today, and at the end, I was like, so let me ask you a question. You think Kyle Shanahan's ever going to win a Super Bowl with the 49ers? Long pause. He didn't know. I mean, I feel like if you ask the Niner fans straight up, do you think Kyle's ever going to win a Super Bowl with this team? 50-50? I don't know. I mean, people that really admire him and think he's really good, you got to be troubled by the way he freaking loses some of these playoff games.
I'm going to be honest, man, unless Kyle Shanahan, and this isn't a knock on Kyle Shanahan necessarily. I think Kyle Shanahan's a good quarterback or a good coach. But unless he has an elite quarterback, he's not going to win a Super Bowl. This idea that they can just depend on everybody else but the most important position on the field, I don't believe that that's true. Now, I'm not saying they need to go out and spend $1 million, but they need to see if Brock Purdy is elite or if Trey Lance is elite. And if they're not, then fine, go get that elite quarterback. But Kyle Shanahan is not going to win a Super Bowl without an elite quarterback. Andy Reid didn't do it, right? It took Patrick Mahomes to make Andy Reid who Andy Reid is, as great as Andy Reid is, right? And until they have a quarterback who's top 5, top 10 in the NFL, and maybe it's Brock, maybe it's Trey Lance, I don't know. But until they have that, I don't see them winning a Super Bowl.